Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and it's your girl Nisi. It's been a while. Your girl's been busy, but I want to share like a few interesting things about Namibia. As I'm sure you'll be wondering, what is she wearing? Well, I'm going to put a picture after during the course of the video. I'm wearing a bamboo traditional dress. It is peculiar to a tribe called Vambu in Namibia. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about, I'll be telling you all the tea about Namibia. But don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and just share. Let's have fun with this. And also, I wouldn't just be talking. If you watch through the rest of the video, I'm going to be putting a lot of videos and photos about Namibia, so it helps you to understand better when I explain everything about Namibia. So first of all, like, Namibia is a very, very, like, it's a large country by landmark, but then it has a very low population compared to most of the countries you find in Africa. The population has been stated to be roughly around 2.5, 2.6 million. So the number keeps fluctuating, and that includes foreigners. So inclusive of foreigners. So you can imagine the population of just the citizens in the country. And the capital city of Namibia is Windhoek. I don't pronounce it well because I do not have the Afrikaans accent, but then I call it Windhoek. Everybody will understand you when you say Windhoek, but I think they call it Windhoek, some of them. Yeah. So basically, contrary to what you will believe, if you go to Namibia, a lot of people do speak English and do understand English. So don't be worried about language barrier, because you're going to have a very easy time speaking to people. One of the things I love the most about Namibia is that it is super clean. Like, it is gorgeous. It is clean. They have the sand dunes. It's okay. Before I rush to the touristic part, basically Namibia is a very clean country. You will hardly go somewhere and find litter everywhere. And even their locations, like when I say locations, I mean like their ghetto areas, they are not as horribly dirty as what you see in other places. So cleanliness is something that you would definitely see in Namibia. Another thing also about Namibia is that it is very, very, it's a heavily touristic country. They have a lot of interesting things to do. If you're somebody that loves nature and you also love animals, that is the place for you to go and visit. Because, like, you know how Dubai has also, that is the Dubai of Africa basically, because you have the sand dunes, and then like it has this beautiful view, and it's the only place in the world that has the demarcation between the sand dunes, and like the sand dunes literally meets the sea. It is like a very beautiful sight to like behold. And then also you get to go to the, what you call it, you get to go to the national park. That's where the wild animals are. You also get to go to the desert, have the feel of the desert. And I would like to say that the people in Namibia are quite open-minded, they are quite friendly, except for the, like, the Afrikaners. Like, they are pretty racist. That's the white people in Namibia. They are pretty racist. They do not want to be friends with other people, especially even if you're white. So if you're not an Afrikaner, you don't speak Afrikaans, they don't want to be really, they don't want to get close to you. So they have like a tight knit. So Namibia is basically like a mini South Africa. They get their food from South Africa, they get electricity from South Africa, and because it's a desert, they always are very conservative with water. So another thing again is you will find quite a few comfortable accommodations, and it's pretty expensive, because especially in Windhoek. So funny fact, the most touristic part of Namibia is not Windhoek actually, But Windhoek is the most expensive city in Namibia. You spend a whole lot money if you want to stay in the, and because it's a capital city, so you spend a whole lot money. Another thing again about Namibia that you should absolutely know is that transportation is a very dicey situation there. So if you're going to be in Namibia, it will be smarter to probably rent a car. And and if you're white, or you would and you're a foreigner, it would be nice if you can find somebody who is a local to actually help you rent the car, because you pay lesser money when you're doing that. So basically, renting a car is ideal because transportation is kind of dicey, except if you want to join the taxis to get like with other people in it, and that can be very difficult for people who have never been to Namibia and don't know how to navigate, where you're going to. They do have in drive and another car service which is called Lefa, but I haven't really used it. But some people do use it, and it's kind of like expensive if you're going to like take a drop. So basically, hiring a car would be more ideal. And if you want to go to the desert or go to see the wildlife, it would be more ideal for you to get like a 4x4. Because if you get a mini car, you can actually get stuck in the like in the sand. So yeah, that's more ideal. Another thing again that you need to know about Namibia is that there isn't a lot of money, like the money is not in circulation, which happens in a lot of countries anyways. If you're going there for a job, I'm not gonna lie to you, you're not gonna get jobs. Like, there are no jobs in Namibia. Even the citizens are complaining, and that's why a lot of them are not getting married and are not having babies, because it's difficult for them to nurture and grow a family due to the fact that there are no jobs. And they pay people like 3,000 Namibian dollars. That is not a lot of money. And if you get that kind of money, you won't be able to so you have to pay your rent, and you have to feed your family and take your kids to school. So if you want to actually, if you get paid in that amount of money, the only place you can live in is the ghetto or the locations, because you cannot afford to live in the nice places. And one thing I realize is that most of the nicer environments, suburban areas, are highly have more of the, what you call it now, so you find more white people living in the most urban and most nicest areas in Namibia. So most of the people with the money are the white people, and then the politicians. And you know how it is in Africa, like politicians don't want to share the money with anybody, so people are just there like hungry. You see kids on the street with their mothers literally push them to go on the street and beg. So if you're coming to Namibia to look for work, you're not going to get a job. And if you want to open a business, then that's fine. But just know that for sure, you have to invest 100% of the funds, because they do not give loans. And if you want to do like a permit, they do have all these agents that come, hey, pay me this amount and I'll make a permit for you. But one thing I like about Namibia is it's a pretty straight country. You can actually just fulfill, if you have all the requirements, and you can fulfill them and fill out the form, maybe get a friend or somebody to guide you, or go on the internet and look for means on how the guidance on how to fill it out, which is pretty straightforward. And even at the home affairs, they'll tell you how exactly you should fill it. You can literally save yourself about 6 to 8 thousand or 10,000 Namibian rands just by doing this application yourself. And just because you do it yourself doesn't mean you won't get granted. Actually, they will grant it to you if you qualify. And another thing is, sometimes if you want to do like a business permit, they'll ask you to deposit like um, they'll ask you to deposit like 500,000 Namibian dollars, which is roughly about 30 to 35 US dollars. And that is a lot of money. And a lot of people feel insecure depositing that much money, because they don't want to have to invest in a place that they're not certain they are going to make a lot of money from it. Like there's this restaurant in Namibia that is new. It's a Portuguese restaurant. I do feel kind of bad for the guy because like he's invested so much in the restaurant, but the country is a bit boring. So you only find liveliness in the country when it's like Valentine's. Oh wow, they value it so much. But Christmas, people are away from Windhoek and they go to Swakop and they go to the north, you know, to do other things, or they go to their villages. So if you have a business like that, you're literally going to lose because no one is going to be around to patronize you. So yeah, but Namibia can get really, really boring in the sense that one thing I don't really like about it, you know, is when you're going to the club, you have to pay a certain amount of money to get into the club. It's not a lot. Some ask for like 50 Namibian dollars. Some ask for like 100. It depends. But then for you to get into the club, and you know, but it's kind of like a boring country. They're always sourcing for things to do, and you know, not every local can afford to pay to go enjoy touristic activities. So that's one of the, you know, the downside of it. So if you're somebody who likes to be in a bubbly place, a happening place, Namibia is not the place for you to go and stay for a very long time. But I assure you, you're going to have the time of your life, like just exploring the country. It is amazing. It is very, very beautiful. And another thing again about the country is that when you go into Namibia and you're receiving Western Union, just know this: you're not going to get money in US dollars or euros. No, you're only going to get money in their local currency. They do not give that. But another thing you can do, which is smart, is they do allow for foreigners or tourists to open a non-residential account, especially like F&B bank. I would advise you to open that. So when you get your money in, maybe when you do a transfer from overseas or your country of residence, you can actually literally like send the money, tell the bank that you want to receive that money in US dollars or euros. But then it's very tricky also because they do not allow you to change money to US dollars or euros or pounds unless you provide a proof of travel. So you must give them a flight ticket stating that you are leaving the country at a very close stipulated time, and you have to call them way ahead of time. Even the bureau de change outside, they would never change money for you until you give them a flight ticket. So that is another thing you should beware of and expect when you want to go to Namibia. So if you have your dollars, don't just go and change everything to Namibian currency. Wait, just change it a bit at a time. They do have lovely supermarkets like Food Lovers, where you can actually literally like, you know, buy your food, easy to shop, easy to do your things basically. So yeah, you can shop there. You can have like choices food because it comes from South Africa, so it's very fresh, it's good, and yeah, and you enjoy easy shopping without issues. So basically, I don't know, but these are the things I want to share with you about Namibia, and I'm going to be putting some images like I said. And if you also are a dedicated follower on my channel, you're going to see that on some of my shorts, I put a short videos about places in Namibia, so you can have a look and you know just see what the country looks like. It's a great place to go for holiday, and yeah, like spend like a few weeks or a few days if you like. And it's also a great place to stay if you do not make money in Namibia. And one thing also you need to know is the crime rate is very, very low. They have a very small airport. You usually won't have any serious issues at the airport, except if you're trying to do something stupid or you're coming in illegally or something. But yeah, it's a pretty straight country. They are trying to be like a representation of like a more honest country in Southern Africa than South Africa, knowing record people have about South Africa. But yeah, pretty much that's it. I hope you enjoyed my video. And yeah, if you want to know more about Namibia, don't hesitate to ask me on the comment section below. I will be super happy to share with you. And if you have been to Namibia and you have a different experience from what I've had, I will be super excited to hear your opinion. But just take it. I've been to Namibia like 3 times, and like this is like my third or fourth time in Namibia. So, and I've lived there for a couple of months, and I've related with a lot of people. So I have a pretty good idea how it is there. But basically, yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed my video, and don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, the notification as well, so you know exactly when I post my videos and no surprises. And yeah, that's it, honeys. It's so nice to come back here and share this with you. And until next time, guys, bye. Mwah. Of us, our own part, should I say, is So this is the sand dunes. You can see some people on it. If you want to enjoy some private moments, you have to come here when it's not the holiday. Then you can have a good time. But so far so good. We're walking up the sand dunes. I'm gonna take a photo. Just leaving this here for you to see. You did.